Hello and welcome back to Timberborn. Today we're on episode 9 of our Folktales playthrough on the Lakes map. This is on normal mode and this is our tutorial play-along playthrough. Today we are hopefully going to be getting this district put in. Oh, and this bad water discharge as well. I forgot about that. So they're putting that in at the moment. We are waiting on dynamite for here. And I did notice at the end of last episode that comically I put this gravity battery the wrong way round. So that's quite funny, isn't it? So at the end of this drought, we will change that and push that out because these are currently being exhausted. So I don't want to disrupt the connection. But at the end of this drought, we will change that around. So, what are they currently doing? Let's speed this up a bit. So they're currently coming and putting all this stuff over here. Planks, gears. So gears we are very short of. Planks we're also not doing too well on. And the metal blocks are almost in. So let's start to plan out our district over here. So what does a district need for survival? It needs housing, it needs food, and it needs water. So what we may do is we may have, so our district crossing is going to go here. We're going to keep this pathway here, and we think we're going to put a path all the way across here, like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some platforms in, so that we can get across here and up to here, because I would like to maybe put our housing up on this area. The farm is going to be here. I think the district centre is going to be here, and we'll have some storage, or maybe the district centre will be up here. I'm not quite sure yet. So we are going to have a farm. So let's put these in now. So we're going to have a farm probably down here, aren't we? Didn't we say down here? So if I put that in. Oh no, we don't want to do that. That was a bit janky. Let's delete that. And if we come in here and put this in, and we put that, so yes, now that does need to be a bit bigger. So are we going to put that probably here, aren't we? So let's put in another bit of platform. Did they put in that extra wood workshop? No. So let's get that high priority, and let's actually pause these ones because we don't want all of our planks to go to treated planks. We would like some to be used to make the gears that we are severely lacking for this bad water dome. So I'm going to let them continue to do that. Is this also high priority? So this is high priority. So they should be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it. We're going to put in we're going to put in some temporary storages, as we discussed previously. So I'm going to put a small warehouse in here, and I'm going to say, fill me with dynamite. Wherever your dynamite may be. Did we put in a second explosives factory as well? No, that was on our other playthrough, wasn't it? So maybe we would want to put in a second explosives factory, but we're not going to put that in just yet. And I'm going to load a priority on that, because we're not actively into this district yet, so it doesn't matter too much. So we're going to have one farmhouse there, I think. I think that works quite well. So we have a normal farmhouse here, and then what we'll do is we might have, so we'll put that there, and what I might do is I might come along and actually put a large storage on this side to put the wheat, because we discussed this, and this was going to be this was going to be a wheat farm, wasn't it? So I'm going to buy the large warehouse. It's only 250 science, so we're going to pop that there, and we're going to have that put in with wheat flour, wherever wheat flour is. There it is, wheat flour, not wheat flour, wheat, no, wheat flour, no, yeah, wheat. We're going to be exporting the wheat, the bread, aren't we? So we want the wheat. How many times can I say wheat and wheat flour in one sentence without it getting silly? Not many apparently. So, up here, district centre. So, we need houses for our beavers. So, we have this here. So, what I may do is I may come in and put some beaver storage over here. We need to work out how many beavers we're going to need. I think we're probably only going to need 9 beavers, 18 beavers. I can't see us needing many more. So, each farm's going to need 2. So, that's 4. Maybe we need one more than 4. Maybe we need 27 beavers, but we can expand operations there. So the district centre is going to go here. So a district centre doesn't cost anything to put down. You could just put as many district centres down as you want, but it might be quite nice to have it here, right at the edge. I'm not going to connect this up to the path network yet, because it will invoke having to, you know, set up the separate district, and we're not ready to do that yet. So we will put in a. So this is. Oh, sorry, I've got ahead of myself, haven't I? This is the way you set up a district without it having to be self-sufficient straight from the start. You build all the stuff with your existing beavers, and then once you've done that, you can. Once you've built everything, you can then change it over to a separate district, and it's self-sufficient, so to speak, at that point. So what I want to do is I also want to put in a large water. I think we're only going to need one large water tank. So we'll put that there. Why not? That looks good. So we'll pop that there. We'll have the housing over here. So I'm going to connect this housing up straight away, because we do need to have population to migrate across. So as soon as they build that housing, the better. I'm not going to connect this up though, however, because I don't want beavers to come in and start working on that straight away. So I think we're also going to have one over this side as well, and that's as good a place as any. So where is our farmhouse? That looks fine, doesn't it? Yeah, that'll do. But I once again will delete this path. So they can build that, build that. What are they? They've put any of this in yet? We have a severe lack of gears. So, to aid the production of the gears, what we're going to do is we're going to add some more gear workshops. So, power. That building doesn't transfer power. Okay, that's scuppered that plan. What we could do is we could pop in. I don't want to make stuff ugly. We were going to rework this industrial area, but at the moment it is just uggers. Do we run? So do I put 2 gear workshops here, and I just run power across here? Yeah, okay, let's get this built. So we have planks on the go. We're going to have a few more gears on the go. Lovely stuff. We are just waiting for the dynamite. And they are putting this in. The gears are slowly going in there. Okay, that's fine. So, back to planning this out. So, we're going to need a way of processing the flour. Now, my original plan was that we would come over here and we'd process the wheat into the wheat flour here, and then we would bake it and then export it back to the colony. But what it might be easier to do is, it might be easier, because we have power over here and we don't have a lot of ways of producing power over here. I mean, we could use windmills, but what it might be easier to do is, it might just be easier to stick some grist mills up here and process it up here, and we literally export the wheat and then we import the bread back. So I think that might be quite a nice idea. So on that note, we're going to need a couple of large warehouses. So I'm going to have a large warehouse of bread. Where is bread? Bread. No, this isn't how I want it to look. This isn't looking particularly aesthetic. So I'm fine with that there. So do we want something nice in the middle? So I would kind of like this to look quite cool. And considering I've done some quite cool stuff in the past, I don't want to let myself down with this. So what we could do is we could do like a central park kind of thing. Where's Hedges? There's Hedges, right. So we could do like a central park here. Maybe one more. Down there, something like that. Okay, delete that. Yeah, okay, and then what we could do is we could have a beaver statue in the middle of it. Oh, I haven't made it. What we could do is we could have a beaver statue there, We could have 2 beaver statues. Maybe some benches at the back. And yeah, that could be a nice little park area, can't it? Right, so we have that lovely park in the middle. We're going to come around the back. Maybe I do actually come straight around the back like so. Make that encompassing. So we have this nice little park. The district centre could actually go right behind it. So maybe I need to demolish some of these trees. Remember, we're not just going for the purely functional. I want to try and make this actually look good. And we are going to actually have to delete this path when the bad... oh, do we have contaminated beavers? No, we don't, fortunately. No, stop that. I said stop that. I will delete these paths. Okay. You forced me to. Stop putting that in. I don't want anyone to get contaminated. We'll just have to wait until the next drought to finish that, which is fine. So, we're also going to have our district crossing here. So what we also need is we need a mini storage area. So what we need is on either side of it. So if I put that there, put that there. So what we're going to do is these are going to be set both to water. So what we're going to do is we're going to transfer the water across the district crossing, and we're also going to have warehouses as well. So this is going to be like a mini transport area, transport hub, so to speak. I would like you to build some of this first, actually, guys. And now that we're actually out of the drought, I can actually delete this and rebuild this. Like I said, I would the right way around. So power, gravity battery. And that can also be high priority as well, because everything is high priority in my world. Did we not solve this? I thought we solved this. I thought we solved this with the overflow. Like, does this just need to be one? You're closed. Okay, it does just equalise out. It just takes a little while. It's just a little bit frustrating. As if they didn't build that. But anyway. So they're putting these houses in. Excellent. Putting that there. And I would also like to get these as high priority takeout. So. The beavers have got a large tank. They need something to eat. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some medium warehouses in. So medium warehouse, medium warehouse, medium warehouse. So we'll put in... We're only going to put finished projects here. So we're going to have... Might as well bring some berries over. Always got to have berries, carrots, and some grilled potatoes. We are also going to bring bread back as well. Yeah, that looks okay like that, doesn't it? And I may actually put that there, and then we can have a bit more storage down here, maybe. Yeah, okay, I like that. I like that quite a lot. So we'll have grilled chestnut and grilled spadadock. What have we got there? Carrots, berries, grilled spadadock, and then we'll put some roofing on top. So the idea is this is going to stay. We're going to pull this out eventually and make this look better. But this is the finished article. So I want this to kind of look nice, like so. Good stuff. Right. So once they've taken that out, the district centre should be... The district centre should go somewhere here. And then what we can maybe do is we can maybe have a few more storages. I'm also going to do a submerged, not a submerged. We're going to put in one of these like we did over here with the dynamite, where we lower them down, and I think that'll look nice. And I may also plant some trees and bushes, etc. around here. We do really have a limit on this dynamite, don't we? I mean, I want the dynamite to be first. Yeah, you probably could go back to being normal priority because you're not actually required over here at the moment. Let's Are we microing them a bit too much? No, I don't think so. Food we are doing okay on. We do need to get into bread because we are starting to go down a little bit. Water we're also doing okay on. We do have these 4 pumpers and we have this. But we have this big. We're going to have this big boy up here eventually, whenever they get around to building it. I'm fully aware that I've told them to build 20 million different things, and that's why it's not happening. So I'm not going to criticise them too much. Okay. Yeah, okay. That really takes 50 logs to build a beaver statue. Actually, maybe what we're going to do is we're going to delete this. I don't think we're going to put this here. I'm going to put a monument in. And I think I'm going to put a brazier of bonding. Am I? No. We're going to put a farm monument in. That's fine. This is a farmer district. We'll put a farm monument in. Yeah, no, that's fine. Cool. So, we were talking about the greenification of the map, weren't we? So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to come and we're probably going to put... I think we're going to put levees all the way around this edge to make it look slightly like it's done by design. And then we're going to flood all of this with normal water. So, I still think we're going to run our aqueduct. We're still quite a way off that. Which shows this is going to be a long playthrough. It's not just me chucking out a quick tutorial and deciding, oh, we're going to move on to something else, even though I do really, really want to play Spillage. But I am committed to seeing this all the way through. I guess what we could actually... no, I don't want to get any wheat on the go until we have the district centre. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop off... So from here, with the district crossing is going to be here. Is that going to be symmetrical? Let me unlock it. Where is it? District management. Is that symmetric? Yeah, that is actually. I've actually done it symmetrically. That's amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to have loads of little storages here, where materials can be moved across. So we're going to have like so. And we're going to have small piles so that all resources can be moved between the districts. It's just so that in case we need them, they do get moved across. So let's come through and set these up. So we're only going to want... So I'm going to want some wheat here. I'm going to want some... So this is mainly foods now. Food, carrots, spadadoc, chestnuts, and I'll do bread, and then we're going to do gears, I think, and then we're not going to worry too much about the other stuff because I don't think they're going to need it here. And then we're going to have, well, we may not actually need all of these. Yeah, we may not going to need all of these, but I mean, why not? Why not just bring it across, and then we'll have an extra one for logs. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow the haulers that we put here. Not the haulers, the people that work in the district centre will just be able to run here and pick up the other stuff quickly. So let's just repeat this again. We don't, on this side it doesn't have to be done, but it just makes the beavers' job easier. Just in case they do need any. I mean, I don't know why they'd need scrap. They're not going to need scrap, but I've started to do it now. So spadadoc. Chestnuts, bread, potatoes, and the last one we decided was gears, wasn't it? You guys can get food. Stop being dramatic. You really can. Stop being silly billies. We don't have a lot of raw... Well, we have loads of raw chestnuts. I'm going to keep an eye on this. This is going down. I have created... Oh, they actually need... They need paths, do they? Well, that's an ugly thing, isn't it? But I guess it is what it is. And how much... Oh, we're really waiting on the dynamite, aren't we? Can I just detonate this just to... Boom. Just to see how much range this farm's going to get. This farm is going to get loads of range. This farm's over here is probably going to get a load of range as well. So I think we're going to be good. And then we can simplify the... Simplify the path across and get rid of this spaghetti. I am going to leave this path in because we need to get down here to remove that bad water dome. But apart from that, I can remove all of this. Like so. So that looks better already, doesn't it? So we do need to do something about food. Food is running a little bit lower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in another grill. I'm going to put it in down here. When we get bread, food is not going to be an issue. But I'm going to put another grill in here, and I'm going to put it for chestnuts, and I'll get the high prioritized as well, so that we can just start making sure that we are producing enough chestnuts, enough food for the colony. Oh, it's gone back up again. Maybe I'm being overly cautious. But I'd rather be overly cautious than not cautious enough. So they built this. I love to see it. And they're putting this in now. So. Oh wow, they put that large tank in as well. Nice. So, district centre. District centre is going to go here. I think we're just going to set it off a little bit. Oh, it can't. It's really annoying. I mean, I might put it actually back here. So what we'll do is we will delete this, and then we'll, oh no, not that. And then we're going to run our path in front of that. So do I come up to it or do I go round? I think we'll go round like so, because then we can interface with this housing here. So it won't let me connect it just yet because obviously the thing. And we're going to need a hauling post in this district as well to move stuff around. So I'm going to put in a hauling post. District management. Come on, Scott. Keep up. Pop that there, and I think we'll put it facing it, but we'll face it around that way around. It's annoying me that this isn't symmetrical, but there's not a lot I can do. It's just, it's going to be what it's going to be. Right. So, how are they getting on? They're not going to be able to put all of this in until I detonate some of this. But they can reach all of it, so they are putting it in. They're putting that in as well. That's great. So the berries have already been brought over here. Carrots have already been brought up over here. Nice. So we have haulers. We are going to have builders. We have farmers. So I mean, is that it? Farmers, builders, and haulers. Do we want to bring back the raw, or do we just want to bring back food? I think we just bring back food. I think this is literally it for this district. I don't think there's going to be a lot else going on. Maybe we do need a few more food. A few more food sources. So let's put in some roofing. So, what didn't we have? I don't think we had carrots, did we? Did we? No, we did have carrots. Yeah. So, did we not have sunflower seeds? And I don't think we had... Maybe cattail crackers. That's fine. We'll put that there. So, connect them up. And how's the grilled chestnuts? Are they massively improving? Now we have an extra little grill. Come on, get that in. And so it appears I've done a boo-boo. So let's delete this one. Delete. Actually, what we'll do is we'll make the use of this by putting this in here so that we can have extra storage. So wheat is a very dense resource. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in another one here and have some more wheat. And if we were to put in if I was to put in another farmhouse, so I think we'll put it in there, and then we'll just run the path right along here. like so. And then we can plant all of this with wheat. So, this is going really well. I think we're doing quite good. Sorry, I kind of zoned out there for a second again. We do need to grow more potatoes though. They really like the baked potatoes. But we do have a lot of food. And I also need to actually think I need to prioritise this as well to get this extra pump built, because we do have a lot of beavers now. We're going to be working very hard on maintaining water equilibrium, because we have a lot of beavers. We have 112 beavers. Keeping them alive is going to be not a challenge, but it's going to be a task, shall we say. And soon we'll actually be able to start to plant the wheat. I mean, I can actually start to plant the wheat, can't I? Ooh, where is it? Let's unplant that, because that looks uggers. So this is going to be a lot of wheat. It's probably too much for the 2 farmhouses to actually handle, but what we'll do is we'll assess, and if it is, we will we'll add another farmhouse on one of these periphery side areas. Delete, not delete, detonate, and then we can put in our last bit of wheat. So lovely. So I'm not sure what else we actually need to do once we've... So once this is in, I think we're ready to launch the new district, which doesn't surprise me, but no, I'm very pleased by that. And this can also be high prioritized now, because let's just build it. I am reluctant to separate this off until we have closed this bad water dome, though. However, but they should be able to do it because, oh, look at them all streaming over. Because of this, because of these resources that we're putting in over here. So they should be able to do that, potentially. I guess I can unpause these as well now. Get loads of treated planks. Lovely. Get some more explosives for them. No, I quite like how this looks. What I might also do is I might, to maintain its like foresty credentials, is that the right word? So where is our forester? So I might put a forester in quickly. And when we have need, we can put like some trees in to make it look nice and pretty. Yeah, love it. I just have to build with a few last bits. I don't think we need I don't think we're going to need the amount of beavers we're going to have over here, but I will show you why we're going to have more. Why I'm erring on the side of having more beavers than I actually need. So let's put a roof on that as well. I guess we have excess beavers, so there is no reason to actually not connect these up, because at least then they can actually start the farming. And I can actually delete this now. That doesn't need to be there. I'm hoping for a drought, but you know it's going to be a bad tide because I want a drought. And that's just the way it goes. Well. So fingers crossed. And maybe we should think about... I was going to put a water dumper here, wasn't I, to do some tree farm, but maybe we won't do that now because we've got this industrial switch over, this, not industrial switch over, but this, what word am I looking for, this district switch over. Of course it's a bad tide. And I'm just going to put these roofs on here, just to make it look a little bit prettier. Like so. That's lovely stuff. That is very good. So, I know I'm probably recording this a bit too early for the comments to have come flooding in for this video. But I do appreciate them. If you do have any you would like to, anything you'd like to see done, please do let me know. Hopefully I've been very responsive to you guys, what you guys want to see. And hopefully you're enjoying that aspect of this playthrough. So we're going to set this to obtain. I think we're going to set all of this to obtain over here, because what we're going to do is we're going to set all this to supply. But we'll get into the district mechanics in just a second once everything is built. And I think we're almost ready to go. So we have the forester in, but he can't do anything yet because he's not connected up, because this district centre. I mean, I could delete that, put a path here, and then I could put some trees. Where do I want trees? So these are aesthetic trees only, mainly. So I'm going to put oak, 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 pine, 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 oak, oak, maple, maple, chestnut, chestnut, pine, pine, maple. Yeah, I think that works. And then we can unplant all of that planting area and then let the tree spread naturally. I may also chuck in some birch up here. Just 2. There we go. And I think we're almost ready. So, is everything built? This farmhouse isn't built. That is the one thing that isn't built. Once that's built, which it is now, I think we're okay to pull the cord for this. So, it involves deleting this path. So everyone is going to become unemployed. And what we're going to do is we are going to build our district crossing. So, where are we? In the district management tab, Scott. Of course you are. So, we're going to pop that there. And we're going to get them to build that as quickly as possible. All the while, we're going to connect this up here. And here. So that is its own district now. So, once they've built this, which will hopefully will be soon, we can put beavers in here to work in this. And what I'm going to do is while we're waiting for that, I'm going to set all of these to supply. Actually, it's not so important for the industrial stuff, because I don't envisage us using too much of the industrial stuff. It's mainly this stuff here, the lower stuff, not the lower stuff, the food stuffs. So we have 4 beavers working in here. I want a few more. Oh no, a few more, not a few less. So let's put 6. And we're also going to migrate masses of our population. So let's migrate. So we have space for 27 beavers. So I think I'm going to migrate to District 4. This is District 4. Maybe we need to give it a new name. We're going to call it District 9 because I like that film. And what we're going to do is we're going to migrate 10 adult beavers. Actually 20 adult beavers over. So how badly does that screw this district? Relatively, but they're all builders, so it's fine. So over here, in District 9, we have beavers working in the farmhouses, hauler beavers, we have this forester beaver, and we also have beavers working in here. So what should happen is, we're going to set this to supply, and we're going to set this to obtain. So what should happen is, water should come across here, fingers crossed. They should move water as priority. Where is water? Water is import forced. Import is forced by distribution settings. So we should see water come over to here. So we have 24 water at the moment. I'm not panicking yet. Ah, bad tide. So this is what I wanted. So this is what I wanted to demonstrate for our flush. So it's only a 3-day bad tide. So what I'm going to do is, I appreciate I've just jumped massively on my tangent. I wanted to demonstrate what would happen if these settings were set so that it would just flow out the wrong way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to forcibly close these, and I'm going to forcibly open these, and I'm going to do the same over here. Oh, this is set wrong anyway by the looks of it. Yes, it is. Excellent. Lovely. So I had the settings wrong for this anyway, so we would have come over and we would have found out anyway. But I've now set that properly, but I'm also going to forcibly open it and forcibly close it. So what should happen, as this water flows into here, we should see our settings kick in to protect us. So what should happen is this should open, and this back here should open, and once those open, it will just all flow out. So fingers crossed. I'm intrigued to see. I'm also intrigued to see if these guys have actually got water over here now. Yes, they have. They're importing water. Okay, excellent. Nobody's going to die over there. Will this work? Will my demonstration for you guys be good? We are actually starting to lose bad water. Right, okay. So, we know we're in a situation. So what I'm going to do... Oh no, I've come over. I've looked. Bad water is flowing into our dam. I'm going to open these and open these. And because I've noticed it, it's not a perfect system. It's all just going to start flowing out. So, rather than flowing over the top over here, I mean, it is still flowing over the top over here, but it's all going to flow out this way now. And that should decrease the level. If we had noticed sooner, I know we had noticed, it would all flow out a lot quicker. Oh. I didn't imagine that was going to be a thing. Let's pause this. Let's set that to closed. So, it turns out my bad water diversion doesn't actually work. But it can all flow out the back here, which is great. Hopefully I didn't poison anybody too much. But we are going to lose all of that water, which is exactly what should be happening. So I'm very pleased with that. This seep is obviously still producing bad water, but we knew that was going to happen. So how are these guys getting on over here? They have 61 water. How many people are unemployed? Well, they're not unemployed. We have just the right amount of jobs. I mean, you don't need to be doing that anymore, mate, because I am now going to mark all of these areas for planting so that all these trees can grow beautifully. So we have 2 builders, we have 5 haulers, and hopefully people should be bringing water across from the... and food. So do we have enough food here? We do have, so we have berries and we have carrots, and stuff is coming across. So, the district is, it doesn't even need to be self-sufficient. It's not designed to be self-sufficient. What it's designed to be is it's designed to produce the wheat, export the wheat back, and then the food comes across to this district so they can eat. We'll keep an eye on these numbers. But yeah. So, that is what would happen, what we would do if we was actually looking at doing the bad tide because the area flooded. But now I think I can safely turn this back on as it should be at the automatic settings so that the bad water will flow out the other way and we can actually recover our large reservoir. So there we go. And all of this will flow out. And when the good tide kicks in, I mean, I think I can set that back to auto now. Yeah, probably auto. And all of that's just going to flow out there. Well, most of it's going to flow out there. But the main thing is these sluices didn't allow any water through. So we have multi-layered defence. Kind of. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. So I'm pleased that's worked. I'm pleased that this district is... I mean, it probably needs a few more beavers doing hauling jobs and stuff. And I think we probably actually need to just have maximum amount of beavers bringing them stuff over here. So if I set this to obtain... Yeah, if I set all of this to obtain, this should make things a bit easier. And then they can actually just run stuff over. And the idea is that this makes it easier for these beavers to do their jobs and these beavers to do their jobs because the distance between they're not having to run miles, so they live somewhere that's it's easier for them to do what they need to do. So yeah, you can look. The food over here has been improved massively. The water is going up. We may change this tank to a large tank. I'm not sure, but it proves that it does actually work because they are pulling the stuff across and putting it in the main warehouses over this side. How is all of this flowing out? It is slowly flowing out. Can I put this on auto now? And it won't super overflow? Is that just graphical? Yes, we are losing some of that as well. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So this is flowing out as well, which is what we wanted. And then the water will come in and the good water will come in and flush it all out. Fingers crossed. Or just top it up and it'll just look disgusting for ages. But we'll see. It'll dilute it out either way. I'm not too concerned. But the main idea of this district was to be our wheat production. So what are we going to do with our wheat? We are going to come up here and we are going to put in a area to produce wheat. So we're going to have wheat flour. So what we're going to do, we're also going to have cattail flour up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have, I think, how many grist mills do you think we should have? Should we have, where's food? Grist mills. So these require power. So that's why they're over here and not over here, because I had no sort of super reliable way of producing power. I would like to have done it all in one district and just exported the bread, but I don't think that was going to be reliable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in like that. And they're going to come along here. So we're going to have one for wheat flour, another one for wheat flour, and another one for cattail flour. I will run this actually up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a couple of large warehouses, I believe. Yeah, a couple of large warehouses, so storage, that would help. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have one for wheat, one for wheat flour. Where is wheat flour? There's wheat flour, and one for bread. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have we're going to have some on the other side, and I'm going to have. I was going to try and squeeze it all up here, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Okay, so let's change that to cattail flour, cattail roots, and then we'll change that to cattail flour, and then we will stick the bakery somewhere else. Maybe we could stick the bakeries up here. Maybe that could be a thing. Because at least that's on our direct. Maybe we could have like change that to a zipline station and have it on our direct route, and that could be like a nice cottage industry down there. I also realise I need to put the boys on top of this, don't I? I need to put the where are they? The roofs. Is there no like just large roof? Well, that's horrendous, isn't it? I can't, and it's not even long enough for me to. Well, that may just stay how that is then. How are you doing over here, guys? So you have 363 water, 446 food. Their probably well-being, it probably isn't as good over here as it should be, because there isn't actually that much entertainment. So maybe we can look at that quickly for them. So, what well-being do they want? I don't see any reason why we couldn't put some showers in for them. Will that would work? We'll put one there. Yeah, okay, well, they can have one shower. That's fine. And then maybe we will want some contemplation spot. They can contemplate their beaver lives. We don't need medical beds, there's no industry over here. They're not chopping wood down. Rooftop terrace, there's not really a rooftop to put a terrace on. And we could put a campfire here next to the district centre. We could even put a campfire down. Yeah, let's put a campfire next to the district. I mean, I could actually put one. Okay, we'll put a secluded campfire at the back for them to run and get to. And we can put this in before the trees start to grow up. So yeah, that's nice and circuitous, and then it'll be a nice forest for them to run through to get to when they to get to their campfire. And the builders here should be able to take care of this. But we were putting this in next, weren't we? So, what does that look like? What does that look like? I'm pleased we've actually got a project. Oh, can't actually reach them. That's a bit frustrating. I'm pleased we've actually got a project done. I thought this might turn into like one of them stretch things I constantly drag out, but you know, no, I'm very pleased with how this is happening. And yeah, they're even using this properly. So the haulers are doing their jobs properly. I mean, we have excess beavers, so they can just all get put into the haulers. The haulers and the district centre are here to support the farmers basically, and that is essentially the job. So, yes. What is our next project? So I think our next project is to probably get further into the food diversification, which we are doing. So, we're going to put this in next, aren't we? I need to turn that into high priority. Is this started to fill up with normal water now? Yes, it has. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. And we will do bots in this playthrough just to showcase the bots. And I do need to make this look a lot better. Maybe we're going to move this stuff up onto the cliffside, and we will have this become a large farming zone. I think that's probably going to look nice. That's what I would like to do. You're just meant to be building that for me, guys. So, the wheat and stuff is up there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in some storages. So we're just going to have large storage here, large storage here. So we're going to have bread, and we're going to have cattail crackers. And to support that over this side, we're going to do like a nice little bakery district. So the zipline station will go here. So where is that? That is in we're already in the pathing tab. Excellent. So then we're going to have some food. So we'll have bakery. So I don't want to just have it be lazy and have it face across. So what I'll do is I'll do maybe one. It doesn't have to look like super. I want it to look like Maybe we'll put in a maybe we'll unlock the fence, put the fence alongside it. Put a fence there, put a fence there. Does that look kind of nice? Maybe. So one of these is good. Bread. Oh, we haven't even figured about the maple pastries yet. Bread, cattail crackers, and maple pastries. So what we can do is we can come in, because I want two doing bread. I want bread to be a reasonable food source, and we're going to put in another bakery here, and we'll have another one for bread. You guys need to breed. Oh, you don't have enough houses. I do just keep dumping jobs, don't I? That's why nothing's going to happen. Okay. So, how many short are we? 24 beavers short? Well, that's not ideal, is it? It didn't help that I chucked a load of beavers over the other side. So, if we do that, we can stick another two... We can stick another two large houses in. So, unable to get all required materials. You're not going to get the wheat flour yet because I haven't made it yet, mate. So, the wheat is still growing. It takes 10 days to grow wheat. That's a bit of a long boy. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this district has turned out. The only thing we could do better is maybe move these floodgates down here so that this is, you know, green all the time. But apart from that, I mean, actually, we probably do want to do that, don't we? So let's do that. So what are these? These are just single floodgates. I may actually just put sluices in, because that'll come in handy later on. Oh, that's annoying. Let's put Lethium. So these guys, how many extra beavers do we have? So I can actually up the amount of worker beavers. And yeah, there we go. So 26 beavers working. There's 27 spaces for beavers in this area. No, yeah, 26 beavers working. Space for 27. That's a perfect balance of jobs. I can't quite believe that I managed to get that right. But the interesting thing is, say I was to build something here, beavers from both districts, assuming they had the materials, would come and actually do the work. So it's always worth having, you know, multiple sets of beavers doing. Look at all this. I have given them a lot of jobs, and I've increased the amount of stuff they have to do. So it's no wonder stuff isn't getting done. This is completely on me. We also probably should put maple syrup storage over here, shouldn't we? Oh, that's easy enough. We can put maple. I'm going to put a large tank in for that as well, I think. Or does no? That looks ugly. We'll put a medium tank in here. And we'll put in maple syrup. Where is maple syrup? There it is. And we'll set this to obtain, and we'll set this to supply. Is this set to... This should be set to supply. Lovely. And the wheat's coming in. So these should have cattail roots. Wheat should be starting to make its way. So wheat is making its way into this district now. So as soon as we have the bakeries built, we will start to build bread. Not build bread, bake bread. Can't build bread. And there we go, pop that there. Maybe we'll try and think of a way of putting rooftop terraces in. I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but we will try. Ah, so this is overflowing now. Oh, so was this always going to overtop? Was that the issue? So you just need to leave them open. It doesn't hurt to have them. It doesn't have to hurt to have them. Because we are going to use them later, I think. When we're turning all of this into lovely, lovely water. I am waiting for a drought to get in here and finish this. Ooh. Is that going to self-right? Yeah, that is going to self-right. Okay. Just have to be careful. The water physics, I think I'm pushing them to the extreme. I mean, we could put an actual out and an emergency outflow over there to take a little bit of water out that way, potentially. You should probably build these houses, guys. And so food is recovered. Well, ooh, food isn't recovered over here. Food is doing good over here, but food over here is looking pretty poor. So we do actually want to get. So we have wheat flour. Which bakery is making bread? Let's get this one built and let's get somebody in it. So that's making bread and that's making bread. Let's get somebody in these bakeries. No, that's making maple pastries. That just needs to be normal. Stop it. Stop being silly. You have plenty of food over here. You just don't like eating berries. Please go eat the berries. Stop being silly. Maybe we are going to be solving a food crisis in a bit. Exciting. Because if this has a food crisis and they can't supply food over here, this area then starts to have a food crisis, and then it really turns into an issue. But yeah, we'll see. So, are they going to build? Are they going to build this now, like I've asked? I mean, really, that should be built as well, because then we can just zoom over to it. The curse of everything being high prioritized. Is how I play the game. I really don't like these warehouse models. I like what we did in our Oasis playthrough where I buried them all underground, but I'm not doing that again. Well, not this time anyway. Maybe in the future we'll bury them all again. But not for now. So yeah, I think everything is going tickety-boo. All of this is full. Is food recovering? Slightly? The trouble is, I don't think we have that many actual builders because of how the deficit of beavers we have. But they are doing a lot of this wheat. Maybe we are going to need one more farmhouse over here. I'm not sure. We'll see what that looks like. Because I can always reduce the amount of once stuff's built, I can always reduce the amount of builder beavers we have because you don't always need that many builder beavers. I just want to see them see that bakery get built and also this get built. Because over here, so they have 6 rooms. Is this food overall? Ooh, sugar. We are starting to crash, aren't we? We have. Okay, so we do have guys in here. We have guys in here as well. What raw do we have? So we have 398 chestnuts raw. Spadadoc, are you guys grilling your chestnuts? Maybe we do put in the grill and we'll grill more Spadadoc. Can't hurt, can it? So I'm going to connect this to Let's bin that. Let's bin that. Connect that there. Connect that there. Get that deleted. And there we go. We should be producing bread anytime soon. We also should put maybe a log storage over here, because obviously they use logs to produce the fire for the baking. So let's put that should be an industrial pile, not a warehouse. And I'll set you to obtain, prioritised by haulers, logs. That should speed things along a little bit. And we are in 56 minutes. So, I think that's the end of this episode. I hope that was informative use of how I like to manage my districts. I don't use districts very often, as you've seen from my other playthroughs, but I wanted to demonstrate how we would use it if we were doing it. You can see this district has the right amount of beavers for the right amount of jobs, precisely on spot. We're going to reduce that a little bit though, because beavers are going to die. That's just natural part of the course. So we don't want. We're going to maybe have to put in another housing unit at some point to top that up. We have loads of water over here, and we have a reasonable amount of food from the beavers. Over here, food is increasing. We have everything is going swimmingly. So, if you've enjoyed this, please hit like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. What should we do next time? Maybe get into dirt and actually start to think about this bad water diversion. Even though we haven't done this bad water diversion or this bad water diversion. This one's going to be a fun one to do, because these guys are going to be doing it over here. It's not going to be coming from the main district. These guys are going to have to figure out how to do it themselves. So then we're going to have to get in some more resources, I think. But that is for next time. So now I will see you then.